Thanks for coming. I really appreciate seeing you again. Dino Sports Bar, Dino's Pizza's been here for 35 years. Year 35. Seems like yesterday we opened.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right now we're sitting here on Dino's patio. Now this was kind of the last edition of the sports bar, and we're going to get to see a lot of the whole place because it's super huge, bigger than you even think. Can you tell us about the patio and how this came to life?
So I built this area here primarily for our locals because we are about 89% local repeat traffic. And we want for them a place to hang out so they don't have to drive down and fight the traffic. We've got retractable roofs. We serve great food. We got kino out here. We got music out here 3 nights a week. It's just a really fun spot. Just come as you are right off the beach. You know, come dressed up if you want. Well, have some clothes on anyways.
That's awesome. Hey, summer's here, and he really does have something for everyone, and this is just the start of it.
This is it. This is the crown jewel. This is one of the best patios, been the largest patios on Cape Cod.
Hey, Dino.
How are you, Donnie? Welcome. Come on in. Let me show you the original part of the Dino's.
Awesome.
This is where we started in 1990, September 12th, 1990. Myself, about 3 employees, and my mother would come over and help me too from her restaurant. She'd leave my dad's restaurant and help me, you know. But we started this kitchen for the whole area. We cook everything here, homemade pizzas. Been doing pizzas for 60 years in my family. Basically the same menu, great wings, simple food, pub food. And the rule is here, if I can't pronounce it, and if I don't eat it, it's not on the menu. So it's all about the locals. Is all about people around Cape Cod.
Awesome.
We added this. This is going to be our new section here of our frozen drink bar for the patio this summer, and this is the fun part. This is the hard part, the kitchen part.
Great. So Dino, for the sports bar, for functions, for the patio, all food comes from this kitchen.
Right here, right here. It's big enough. We get a full basement downstairs too.
Very
You know,
cool.
to supply and work.
Right.
And it's a lifeline to the restaurant. You got to get the food out. Every restaurant in Cape Cod needs to have a good kitchen to survive.
Okay, and really, this being the flagship of Dino's, this is where it all began. People predominantly coming in for takeout, pizza, subs,
This
whatnot.
is it. You know, before we had the bar, it was just this for about 6 years. All families. In 1990, Mashpee Commons was barely even here in 1990.
Yeah.
You know, and there's really nothing in Mashpee. So we kind of hit the right spot at the right time, and you know, simple food, simple prices, and make it easy for everybody.
Now, when did the bar open? What year?
January 1st, 1996, the first section of the bar opened up. I had this great idea to open a sports bar. I don't know how. I never really worked in a bar. I only worked in my dad's restaurant. But I said, hey, what the hell? You know?
Well, it clearly seems to be going good, and so I'm excited for the next stop on the tour.
Now this, I don't know, was this up last time?
This
That was
super
my
cool.
dad's. That was my
This is
dad's.
Super cool.
That was my
This
dad's.
is like his dad's original menu.
1972.
Look at the prices and stuff. It's super cool.
That was the 1972, an homage to my dad's restaurant on Main Street.
Dino, I'm looking at this menu that came from originally from your dad. Do customers come in and actually try to order off it from time to time?
Actually, they have. It's funny. I'll have that. What? 60 cents for a salad.
Yeah, I want the mushroom burger for $1.40.
Yeah, I said, yeah, add a little bit for inflation and everything else.
Right.
But that was 1972, my dad's first restaurant on Cape Cod.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are at Dino's Sports Bar. Now, Dino, I know the Bruins and the Celtics didn't help us out this year, but how's the playoffs been here at the Sports Bar so far?
Overall, it's been good. We have great sports fans here, no matter what the sport is. We even have rugby guys show up. We have soccer guys show up. All kinds of things. The hockey playoffs are really good. Basketball does well. It's just, you know, general where everybody comes and just hangs out, no matter which team you're rooting for.
So, Dino, clearly this is a really good-sized bar, plus all the table seating I can see right from here. How many people can you seat in the restaurant at one time?
We have 150 seats in here, and we have different sections. We're open all day. We're open up at 11 o'clock. Today, you know, we even do like a little bridge club coming in this afternoon.
Oh, cool.
We have a back room that we can do private events of like 30 people. We have plenty of room. One thing about here is we always, 99% of the time, you can get a seat, whatever it is. We don't take reservations. Just show up because we have plenty of seats.
That's awesome. So I've seen the deck, I've seen the pizza shop, I've seen the bar and the restaurant. You have a function hall too, right?
Yeah, it's a little small one. It's just enough for those little private. If somebody wants to come in, 15 or 20 people, have dinner, it just makes it a lot easier. There's a big screen in there, so we usually lock the Philadelphia Eagle fans back there, shut the doors, and just pass their food underneath during football season. You know. I started in Webster, Mass, and then I was a little tyke then.
That's
And
awesome.
then I remember when I was young, sleeping on the bags of flour. My parents used to bring us to the restaurant on the weekends, and because they were busy, and we would sleep on the bags of flour. And then they take us home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it's and being in the restaurant, it's a way of life. Um, we're here. I always say it's not the food, we're not in the food business. We're in the customer service business. It's because you can make your own hot dogs at home. You can get your own Budweiser at home, but it's about the ambience, the experience, and the service that sets us apart from everybody else and being here for so long.
And it's clearly a part of who you are.
Well, some people meant to be baseball players. I was meant to be a restaurant guy. I grew up in the restaurants for my whole life, and you have to love it. You have to have the energy, and you have to really just be thick-skinned. You just let things roll off your back, and then just work on it. The struggle is always now is with employees and trying to get good employees, like any business. It's a challenge situation. I always say if you can run a restaurant successfully, you can run this country.
Do you have a lot of employees that come back for the summer to work with you that have worked with you in past summers?
We do have some of them. Primarily, I hire year-round people, and then we pick up, some of the kids from college, or we might, pick up some J1s, whatever. When my dad's first restaurant, the menu board we showed, it was seasonal restaurant. My dad was open Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then what I said to myself my dad would leave in the winter to go find another job some winters, to make ends meet, especially if you had a bad summer on Cape Cod. So I always said if I opened the restaurant my own, it'd be a year-round for the year-round locals, because locals are 52 weeks a year. The tourists back then were 8-10 weeks, and you can't survive, just being a tourist business anymore. Cape Cod's become a year-round place.
Just getting back to the commitment to the community, one of my favorite parts of the restaurant so far is walking in and seeing all those teams you've sponsored over the years. How long have you been doing that? And tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, that is funny because we started basically from day one, because especially in 1990, there was really nobody here. I mean, there's hardly any businesses. And to me, it goes back to we have to support. We are a family business. You're only as good as your community. I came here with nothing. I started a restaurant, and I've been very successful the last 30 years. But I was successful because of the community. So you reap what you sow. You create people, create opportunities for everybody, help whatever we can. I still lecture every sixth grader every year, through their program and everything else, because it does take a village, to raise kids and just to raise community. And plus, Mashpee in the last 35 years is what Mashpee is. There was, before 1990, Mashpee was really just, a stop between Hyannis to Falmouth.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's its own community. Mashpee Commons has been great.
We're about to wrap up our time here at Dino Sports Bar, but one thing I did want to do is say thank you so much for your business. Dino's been banking with the Cooperative Bank of Cape Cod for about 15 years now. Dino, how have we done? How has it been for you? How have we helped you?
Well, if you're still here, it means you're doing a great job. But it's a relationship. That's how I view it. I come back from a finance background, and then it's all about the service, cooperation, help when you need help, when you need that emergency loan, or you need a bigger loan for the patio outside, or you need to update your equipment. It's about working together and being successful.
Well, I can tell you it's been great working with you. And Allison here has worked with you for so many years and has had nothing to say about how great it's been to have you as a member of the bank, as a customer and a client and a friend of the bank.
Well, I appreciate that. And it's great to have you guys on board, because it really is a relationship. And both parties have to be successful in the relationship so they can make a good arrangement and then work forward. It's been great. They financed my food truck, they did my deck, everything else, and it's been great. And I do, what I really appreciate is the trust and belief in me. I know banks don't really like lending to restaurants. It's a tough relationship with restaurants because of the failure rate. So it's nice to know that they have trust in me and faith with their money.
That's great. Thank you, Dino.
Oh, thank you.